What's up, guys? Welcome back to Brewing the Good Life. I'm your host, Donovan, and in today's episode, we're going to be diving into millionaires. What makes them? Who are they? What do they look like? And how you can become one. So let's kick back, relax, grab a beer, and let's have a good time tonight. So, in 1996, The Millionaire Next Door was published. It was a book written after a research study where 1,000 millionaires were interviewed. And what it found was that millionaires were ordinary people like you and me who were diligent with their money, lived below their means, and invested wisely. Now, is that still possible today? 1996 was almost 30 years ago. How do we know if we can still accomplish that? Well, in 2017, Ramsey Solutions did another study of millionaires, and they interviewed 10,000 millionaires. And what did their research show? It showed 8 out of 10 millionaires invested into their company's 401ks consistently. Every time they got paid, they put money into their 401ks. 3 out of 4 of those millionaires invested outside of their company 401ks, meaning they used brokerage accounts, Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, something else besides their employer-sponsored plan. And I'm sorry if I'm looking off screen. I'm having to look at the study as I'm going along. I didn't memorize everything. I had a crazy weekend, so I do apologize about that. Just bear with me. So 3 out of 4 millionaires invested consistently and regularly over long periods of time, which led to their success. It's often said that personal finance is only 20% knowledge, 80% behavior. And I believe it. My personal finances changed when I changed my behavior. It wasn't the knowledge that I gained, but the behavioral changes. And I talked about that a little bit in my first video. So, I grew up in a family where my dad jokingly said, you know how they got their money? They got it the old-fashioned way. They inherited it. But the Ramsey study shows that that's not true. 79% of millionaires received zero inheritance. 5% of millionaires received $1,500 to $5,000. Another 5% received $100,000 to $200,000 after they were already millionaires. So in reality, 89% of millionaires did it through hard work, determination, living below their means, and investing diligently, wisely, and consistently. And this is my favorite fact from the study, actually. It is insane. It's what jobs do these people hold? You know, when I think of a millionaire, I think of a CFO, a CEO, a COO, somebody that started their own business, that's very widely successful. But in reality, that's not the truth. It's just so crazy to think that these people actually are the millionaires that are living next door to us. And I don't, no pun on words there, but it's true. So who are millionaires and what do they do for work? Well, the top 5 positions that they were in is engineering, accounting, teachers, management, and attorneys. Now, why is that? Well, the studies show that that's because those industries, people in those industries are focused on procedural-based actions, meaning they have to follow a plan. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 to get to the end. And that's what millionaires do. They devise a plan, they're consistent on their plan, they're diligent on their plan, and they don't get sidetracked from it. Only 31% of millionaires made more than $100,000 a year. So that means that if you're making less than $100,000, if you're making 5 figures a year, you can still have a bank account with 7 figures in it when you reach retirement. It's just crazy to me. 62% of millionaires went to school, but they only went to in-state schools. And they went to community colleges and then universities. They didn't go to Ivy League schools. They didn't go to out-of-state tuition schools. They went to in-state schools, and they did it in the most economical way possible so that they didn't have a huge student loan debt or any debt when they got out of school. Now this one was it's a little lackluster after the last two we went through, but millionaires use grocery list. When they go shopping, 57% of millionaires said they write out a list and they somewhat stick to it. 28% said they stick to it religiously, and 15% said they don't make a list at all. Why is this important? Well, it's important to me because I believe that my child shouldn't have to support me through retirement. My child didn't ask to come into this world. I brought her into this world. My wife brought her into this world. But she definitely shouldn't feel a moral obligation to take care of me either. I should be able to take care of myself. My wife should be able to take care of herself. Over our working career, we're going to make a fortune. And if we just keep investing diligently a small amount of our salaries, we can become millionaires. And I think it's on that we're on track. I mean, based off of what I've seen, based off of my figures, I think that I'm on track to hit my retirement number, which, as you know from my first video, is 5 million. So really what I want from this episode is to give hope. I want you all to know that it is possible for everyone that is listening right now to become a millionaire. It doesn't matter what career you're in. The beer got to me, a little burp, sorry guys. But it doesn't matter what career you're in. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life, as long as you're making smart financial decisions, living below your means, and doing what's best for you and your family. So start today. Don't delay. Keep investing, and invest diligently. Invest aggressively. And invest like your life depends on it, because it does. You don't want to be relying on Social Security. We don't know if it's going to be around. They keep raising the age rates on it. I don't want to rely on it, and I know you don't. I'd rather Social Security be icing on the cake if it's still around at my retirement age in 30 years. So let's have a beer. Let's think about what we talked about and what we can do to make the right decisions for our families and for ourselves, and keep trucking along. I'll be back next week with another fun topic. And thanks so much for all the support, guys. I really appreciate it. My goal with this channel, like I've said before, is to make a change, make a difference, and to help people. Another channel announcement. I do personal finance coaching on the side. So if you guys need any help one-on-one, it's free. Just email me, message me on social media. We'll set up a time and I can go through some stuff with you. I'm happy to show you how to budget. I'm happy to show you what my figures look like. I'm happy to show you where I put my money. And although it's not investment advice, I'm happy to help where I can. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week, guys.